Xiaomi has brought out their QLED TV and we've been testing it for around 2 weeks, and here is our review of the same. This is Sandeep from RevAtlas, and before we get started, please do make sure to hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications for more videos like this. Now let's begin the video. I'll start with the basic design itself. While many other TVs are trying hard to hide the TV's frames and borders by going for more subtle and darker colors, the Mi QLED TV actually does the opposite by going for a frame that stands out. The silver looks good especially under good lighting and it shines through, and the display bezels are minimal, while the lack of plastic cladding up front around the screen makes it look completely bezel-less while it's actually having a thin border all around. However, it's small enough to be one of the slimmest bezels in the segment, and also considering the deep blacks, it very much does look the part, especially on UI like Netflix or when you enable dark mode on patch wall. The TV is built well and there weren't any creaks nor much flex to complain about, and although I did find it fairly light despite what the size might imply, size on a TV does not matter that much, especially after all you're thinking of either wall mounting it or placing it on a stand and then you forget about it. While I've currently put it on a stand, I think that is probably best enjoyed on a wall mount, but due to current interior work that's pending, I didn't have the opportunity to install it on the wall yet. The silver frame is basically an aluminum alloy with sandblast coating, while the back is finished in a matte carbon black. The TV panel is a 55-inch 4K UHD 3840 by 2160 pixels of resolution one, and it has 100% NTSC and 95% DCI-P3 color gamut and supports both Dolby Vision as well as HDR10+. The first question I got from a lot of people is whether they can differentiate the QLED TV from a regular LED TV that's on offer from me as well as other brands, and the simple answer is yes. The more detailed answer is the fact that you get more deeper blacks, you get better dynamic range and more accurate colors on the QLED TV compared to the regular LED TVs. The next question is whether Mi is better than TCL, OnePlus and Samsung, and the short answer for that is that while I haven't tried the TCL, I found it to be better than the OnePlus and is almost as good as Samsung ones, but then again you really need to try Samsung and Mi side by side to really nitpick and tell the differences. However, what I want to tell you is that more than the panel itself, the tuning deserves special praise. The Mi TV team have done a splendid job at getting the best from the panel. It's also worth noting that I have been testing the TV prior to release, and although we did get an update, it would still take time to perfect the algorithm, but from what I see already, this is one of the best implementations and shows just how important it is to optimize the hardware and software to work together. Patchwall has curated a collection of HDR10+ and Dolby Vision for you to test out the HDR capabilities of the QLED TV. I did check out a few titles, especially Grand Tour A Massive Hunt, which perform really well on this particular TV. And Xiaomi isn't stating the peak brightness of the panel, but I would explain it this way. So we have a room which actually a lot of natural light comes in, and while there is some reflection happening off the panel, the overall brightness is still sufficient to watch videos without much issue, and it also managed to do HDR on these videos without any other banding either. As for the panel itself, the supplier isn't just one brand but multiple. Whether the term multiple stands for two or even more, I'm not sure, but Xiaomi states that the tuning will result in practically identical experience across the board. The Vivid Picture engine especially looks stunning, and if you prefer that popping color, and you also have MEMC to enable smoother videos. I'll be honest, I didn't game much due to not having console currently and even lack of time, and while I did hook up my PC to a TV to test it, I didn't really clock too many hours playing games on it. It supports HDMI 2.1, which is great since the next generation consoles such as PS5 and Xbox utilize the same, so you are good to go for high quality gaming. You get 3 HDMI 2.1 ports, 2 USB Type-A ports, 1 3.5mm audio jack, 1 optical port, 1 Ethernet port, and it also supports Bluetooth Low Energy 5.0 and eARC. Internally, there's a MediaTek 9611 quad-core CPU, 2GB of RAM and 32GB of storage, and that extra storage will allow you to install more apps, OTT services as well as games, and so far in our experience we didn't have any slowdowns or major issues. It runs on Patchwall with Android 10, and Patchwall is one of the best UIs to have on a TV in my experience due to the way that the content is displayed. Content is the hero and you don't have to worry about figuring which service has what. Now, we did experience a few software glitches when actually testing the TV, but these were not deal breakers or major enough to warrant not buying the TV, but at the end of the day they also fixed it quickly with an update, and they're also ironing out any other issues as and when they pop up. Now, new updates to the software now include quick settings, which you can access by pressing and holding the Mi key from any screen, the mute functionality by quickly double-clicking the volume down button, and lastly, there is the quick wait feature which allows you to start the TV in less than 5 seconds. It's around 3 to 4 seconds based on experience, and a single press on the power button puts it on standby, while if you lose power, then it actually goes to a full shutdown. The speaker system is amongst the best that I've tried on a TV, especially in this range. It has a total output of 30 watt comprising of 4 full range speakers and 2 tweeters. The sound is more full, has better clarity and more oomph to the bass, and overall I didn't really have to go beyond even 50 on the volume scale to actually get a really immersive experience. So I'm just going to do an audio test right now where you can hear the sound from the built-in speakers on the Mi QLED TV 4K. So I'm just going to play a video, and I'm currently sitting at around 12 feet away from the TV. This is actually more than enough for a 55-inch TV. You can even go up to 65 at this viewing distance. It's fine, but just worth noting that this is how the sound comes even at such a different distance.
As well as a classic white with green accents. I suspect most would go for the space gray or would have already...
So this is at currently 50% of volume. So I'll just increase it a bit and then decrease it as well so you guys can tell the difference. That was a peak volume, and you can also double tap the volume down button now to mute it, and you can either volume up or you press volume down once more and it'll actually unmute as well. So this is the new feature that I also wanted to show you guys. I also did test the Realme Buds Air Pro and my Bohr & Wilkins PX on the TV, as I often watch content when working late at night, and using the speaker would most likely wake my son up. Bluetooth performed here with no issues, and it also even enabled auto play or pause when you remote the earphones on headphones or earphones that actually support the feature. At the asking price of Rs 54,999, this is actually a great TV to buy and one that you should invest in case you are a pro user. Now, reason I say this is because you get a similar experience, albeit inferior, at 18,000 rupees cheaper price with the regular LED TV, and for most that isn't a small price to pay for practically the same screen size. But if you are a pro user and you're someone who will notice the difference, if you're someone who consumes a lot of HDR content and does a lot of gaming, especially planning to do with the next generation consoles or PC gaming, then this definitely makes sense. Otherwise, I would say that the difference that you get is probably not justified in most people's cases. But then again, if you're planning to have this for the long haul, then it's perhaps best to invest in the QLED TV itself. Thanks for watching. See you again in the next one. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button.